Alright, so I want to show you what I do with these 200 grain field points, but I'm going to first note that this is tape debris, paint from the 3D target, and target residue. That's not wear and tear on the 290 spine Centiliter Dragon 10 arrows that I'm using on this. So these are 200 grain field points, but I beveled the ends down that you see right there above the insert. You'll see it's a little scuffed up, if you will. I'll give you a little bit of a, what do you want to call it, light. So that way you see a little better on some of this stuff. So I actually ground the ends down. Here, I'll put my hand up there, my phone right there, to where it'll come out of the target easier, because otherwise there's a lip there and it will not come out of the target easily. So I went and ground these three down, so I'll be able to do that a little better, and you'll see that. Also, I wanted to point out my target again. I've done this multiple times on videos, and I'm going to do this on the second part of this video. Alright, so this is my target setup. I have the target. It's an 18 by 18 BC300. You get these at Walmart. This is really the only sporting goods store will cater somewhat to archery in the town I'm in. Otherwise, I'd have to drive 20 miles to just figure it out on targets, or order them online, which would be 3 times the expense. These run $29, a little over 30 bucks with tax at checkout. So that's why I go to Walmart here instead of ordering stuff. I had some baffle board, 3/4 inch, and then I have this shelving unit here, and I really don't have any issues hitting this target. I don't miss. Now, I've had some deflections where I've hit a knock or a fletching, and it bounced and went through the target, not this specific target, and came in and hit somewhere in here. Okay, so I have all my safeties as far as the target goes, so I won't hit the wall, or the cat, or the dog, or the wife, or the kids, which all that does not exist here. I live by myself, and that's awesome for me. I like that. So, yeah, the target is a non-issue. And, of course, this is a 35-pound bow, but I have the 50-pound over here as well. Okay, so I'm going to lay the 50-pound next to it, and you'll see how similar they are. That they're both PMZ archery longbow / Mongolian horse bows. These are a bit longer than the alley bow Turkish horse bow or the deer seeker archery Turkish horse bows. These are much more robust. They considered them longbows, which they're really not. They're only 54 inch, I do believe, or 56 inch bows. A 60 inch bow or bigger would be considered a longbow, or 72 inch bow. Especially, you're thinking war bow, English war bow, Welsh war bow, stuff like that. This isn't that. This is a horse bow, which would be much longer than the short bows that are normally used in horse bow archery. So, but the target, I just put white tape on there today, so that way you guys can see the target hits. I just posted a video on that, short video of the target hits from 6 meters, combat archery. I actually went a little slower, so that way you guys could see that better. Instead of me popping them in one at a time within 3 or 4 seconds, I think I did it in like 7 6, something like that, 7-second video. And that's, me being generous enough to do that. I'm not taking anything away from shooting slower. Slower is more accurate, but I'm shooting right to left, and so that way I'm not hitting any knocks and breaking anything. These are the Vermeil Fast Knocks, the K-Knocks, and they work real well. And I like them on the Centiliter Dragon 10s. These are 33-inch arrows, 33-inch spines, and then you put the 1.25 inch, almost 1.5 inch. It makes it 34 plus change in the total length. So I can do a 33-inch, 32.5-inch draw on these bows and still be okay. That's a pretty good. The safe draw is really 32s, And that's what I'll try and do a lot of. Well, I'm using these bows for a little bit, giving the alley bow a little bit of a break, so that way I don't end up breaking that like I did the other bow. If you haven't seen that video, go check that out. But this is my target set up from 6 meters. You'll see that it's you'll see me shooting from 6 meters. You won't see the target hits too much, but I'm always on target. You can tell when I'm hitting it. Okay, so that's just the way it is. Have a great day. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. It's 94. Real temperature out today is 94. Real feels over 100. And this is why we're shooting indoors. Enjoy.